There will be no more wrestling videos. Shall we talk about rock bottom? And I'll go into my rankings of the 1998 WWF pay-per-views once again. So my top 5 for WWF Rock Bottom, which took place on December 13th, 1998 in Vancouver. My top 5 are as follows. Ken Shamrock, 5th place, followed by Mankind in 4th place. He had quite the year here. The Rock, it might be titled Rock Bottom, but he only gets my 3rd spot on this show. Now, The Rock, at this point, was beginning to get super over. Not quite on Steve Austin's level, but super over. But for some reason, in 1998 and even in 1997, when he wasn't over so much, the WWF gave him kind of rubbish bits to do on these pay-per-view shows. That's why he's, lower ranked than his talent should be. In 2nd place, The Undertaker. He was in the main event with 1st place Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Buried Alive match. These Buried Alive matches never really work out that well, in my opinion. But I really enjoyed the spot when Austin stunned The Undertaker into the burial site. That was fun. That was fun spot. Steve Austin, 1998 was really the year of the bald men in regards to wrestling. There was Goldberg in WCW, then there was Stone Cold Steve Austin in WWF. No one was hotter in wrestling in 1998, not even The Rock, than Stone Cold. This was his year, 1998. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It might have been titled Rock Bottom this show, but Steve Austin owned this show and the majority of 1998. Now, as for my rankings, I have shown these before in the previous video I did on PaulMDB when I said I was never going to do a wrestling themed video again. Here we are. So Capital Carnage, Rock Bottom in 13th place, followed by Judgment Day. Now, Capital Carnage was that UK exclusive pay-per-view show, but these UK exclusive pay-per-view shows feel more like a glorified house show. A little bit like the Saudi Arabia shows we've had in recent years. So Judgment Day, and then Breakdown, No Way Out, Rock Bottom 9th place, Fully Loaded, Unforgiven, The Only Over the Edge I Acknowledge, and that's the 1998 one with a solid 8 out of 10. In 5th place, the Survivor Series, Deadly Game. 4th place goes to the Royal Rumble. 3rd place, and perhaps what should be the 1st place pay-per-view of the year, for that Hell in a Cell infamous moment alone. This was the pay-per-view King of the Ring where Mankind took that leap of faith and wrote himself into the wrestling history books forever. This, you could argue on that match alone that this should be my number 1 spot. 2nd place, SummerSlam. I love the atmosphere. There's not a show. It's hard to find a show that has the same atmosphere as SummerSlam 1998. Yes, I will admit, the main event was slightly underwhelming. And there's reasons for that. There is excuses. However, I think it still had 2 massive stars in the main event. The 2 we wanted to see go at it the most, and that was The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And regardless of how, it wasn't a Dave Meltzer, if you will. I can't believe I'm bringing his name into this. I'm not a Dave Meltzer mark, but if we're going to do a star rating, no, it's not technically a masterpiece of a match, but still 2 very over stars, and very, very over in Stone Cold Steve Austin going against the backbone here of the WWF, The Undertaker. It was like, who's going to win? Not really sure. And, it was still a very well-told story here. Number 1, I've went with WrestleMania 14. The WrestleMania that marked the arrival of the Austin era. Mike Tyson was on the show. This was Shawn Michaels' last wrestling show in the WWF for over 4 years. You could, any of my top 3 here, you could argue as the best show of 1998. But I'm going to go with WrestleMania 14 because it was arguably more important than the other shows. And there wasn't really any bad to be seen at WrestleMania 14. It's a fun show. It goes by quick. There's no really things dragging it down. It does its job. So yeah, WrestleMania 14, in my opinion, the greatest pay-per-view of 1998. Thank you for watching.